a song like this, where you have a more complex chord progression, not just your typical 3-chord blues, your pentatonic or major minor scales won't really cut it. So for example, Nobody Knows You When You're Down and Out is in the key of C major. But if you'd like to play your C major or C major pentatonic over it, it will fall short and sound bad pretty soon, because right on the second chord, which is an E7, you have this, so it's an E dominant 7, and therefore you have this G sharp note in there, but you don't have a G sharp note in your C, in either minor pentatonic, major pentatonic or major scale. You have either an A or a G, so the G sharp is right in between, and therefore it will sound, out of place. Kind of same with the third chord, A dominant 7, because A minor 7 would fit C major, but A dominant 7 is probably a borrowed chord, but it has that C sharp in there, which is just, a semitone from your root, and therefore, like I said, your major scale or major pentatonic won't really fit. In this case, because I'm a caged type of person, not a scale type of person, I think triads are the answer. So what I'm looking at and what I think you should be looking into is how to play these chords in different registers, because you won't play your solo here, the backing guitar is here. You need to find yourself another register. So where can you play a C, E7 and A7? Well, they're just another E7. That's your A, you can make it a 7, or you can have the G. Both of those places, both on the D and the B strings. So if you have these, you can try to make it into a solo like. Okay, that, yeah, I messed up in the end because that would have already been an A, not a C, but the point is, me playing this, I was hoping you heard the chord behind it. That's basically because I'm playing out of triad shapes, and I'm not only doing arpeggios. Yes, I start out with, here's basically your 7. You can kind of look at it as the deep reverb blues chord. Sounds Beatlesy, but the point is, you can play around with these shapes, these triad shapes, but don't only play arpeggios, and this is why I did this. And that was basically D minor, A, D minor, and then the second time I made the A7 like this, and then for the D I added the minor third, because we are playing a D minor. The third is one of the best notes and the easiest notes you can gravitate towards. That's basically usually what I'm doing. And then back to your home base D in this case. So in the downloadable PDF and guitar profile, I have tabbed out 2 sets of these triads in 2 positions, so you can start experimenting with them. Like, for example, you can almost do the same thing something very similar from these shapes. This is your C here, E7, adding this D note here at the 15th of the B string, and then your A, this would be your A major, but if you take your A note and lower it, that would be a 7. And this is just a cool lick of basically walking in from a half note away to your major third, and then walk down from your root to your flat 7. So these are the kind of moves you can try, and the other stuff I do is, so for example, if you're going into this C-shaped G chord, you know, like your D, you move it up here. The 8th fret of the B string, 2nd string, is a G note, and you can, this is your G triad. You can again walk into the major third of the G and walk down to the minor 7th. So these are the kind of moves I was doing, and maybe, you know, this video would be better if I broken down everything, but to be honest, this video will get like, I don't know, 200 or 300 views. So if you don't mind, I wouldn't necessarily go into all the details, but I, you know, want to give you enough material. You, one viewer, thank you for watching, you know, enough material to get started and, you know, experiment with it. The best thing is if you get something you can use, but you know, expand on it on your own or find out on your own with a little help. But if you need any more assistance from me, I'm available for Skype and Zoom lessons. So just email me or comment or whatever. But just by itself, I hope this video was somewhat useful, and with the material and a couple of things I told you, I hope you'll make sense of the intro solo a little bit better, and don't just, you know, learn it and replicate it mindlessly, but try to understand what's happening and then come up with your own stuff. If you do, show it to me, tag me, send it to me, because I'm interested, and hopefully see you in the next video.